Dear friends, good morning. It has been the fourth year in a row Innoprom invites everyone to Tashkent. All industry representatives, investors and businessmen, those who are interested in their activities in Central Asia. I'm very happy to welcome all the participants and guests of the key Pan-Eurasian exhibition, which every year expands its geography and invites representatives from very many countries of the world. My name is Anton Agrakshin. I'm a program director of Innoprom. We are here who entered the appropriate door, and we are in right place, in right time. And every year we invite thousands people of citizens of Tashkent and other cities of Uzbekistan. And Innoprom is the exhibition B2B. And this time, for the first year, we would like to practice the new format B2R, business to regions. And today and tomorrow we are going to pilot these new methods of interaction between regions. The name of our exhibition is the Regional Focus, and this is Hududi Focus in Uzbek, and depending on the context, can be translated into Uzbek as Hududi Mujizak, as a regional miracle. First, we invented this name, and then we learned about this fact. And today we are going to be the witnesses of another miracle of Innoprom for all 3 days. And now let me introduce the participants of the first session with the regional focus, Ms. Evgeny Kuybyshev, Governor of Sverdlovsk region. Mr. Zair Mirzaev, Mayor of Tashkent City. Mr. Rustam Minnikhanov, Rais, Head of Tatarstan Republic. Mr. Dmitry Makhonin, Governor of Perm region. Mr. Ergash Saliyev, Mayor of Jizak region. Mr. Andrei Nikitin, Governor of Novgorod region. Mr. Farhod Ermanov, Head of the Cabinet of Ministers, Republic of Karakalpakstan. With a great pleasure, let me invite the Ministry for Industry and Agro-Industrial Complex of Eurasian Economic Commission, Mr. Goar Barsigyan, and also official delegation of Belarus, Kazakhstan, and Republic of Turkey. Welcome and thank you for being with us. Everyone who has come for the first time to Innoprom and those who are with us for the 4th year, we welcome all of you. And the first speech will be delivered by Mr. Jamshid Khajayev, Deputy Prime Minister of Uzbekistan. Please. Dear Denis Valentinovich, dear participants of the exhibition, it's a great honor to welcome all of you on behalf of the government of Uzbekistan, the participants of the 4th International Industrial Exhibition Innoprom Central Asia 2024 being held in sunny Tashkent. I express deep appreciation to Mr. Denis Valentinovich, to heads of the delegations, governors of Russian Federation for high representation, and to all honored participants for their participation in this exhibition. We really place very important emphasis to our cooperation with our partners. We create new formats and mechanisms of interaction for different areas of production. We increased the turnover with Russian Federation, which has now achieved $10 billion, and the portfolio of investment projects amounts to more than $20 million. Innoprom exhibition has been the traditional event and the flagship for cooperation not only between Uzbek and Russian industries, but also between the Central Asian region and other countries beyond it. This year, the number of participants in the exhibition is more than 10,000. 230 foreign companies participate, delegates from 27 countries of the world. Many of the guests have already visited Uzbekistan, and this proves the high interest of the companies to the promising and very rapidly developing market of our country and of the region at whole. Dear ladies and gentlemen, we are all a part of the transformation process into the single communication and transport platform. We develop different projects in different industries, starting from car engineering and up to agriculture. We expand contacts between the regions of the countries. We strengthen cultural and humanitarian relations. The key tasks are to promote the latest technologies and develop industry and the establishment of new business contacts between Uzbek and other countries, partners. We welcome this exhibition, which contributes to development of cooperation in industry, joint investments, interregional relations, and other priority areas. The key objective of the exhibition is to strengthen our bilateral cooperation in trade and economic investment and cultural humanitarian priority areas. We have all the opportunities to implement projects in the area of industry, trade, transport, logistics, tourism, and youth policy. In all these areas, we have already got very good and promising progress. Now we need to find new promising areas and methods of cooperation, including with specific activities on development of interregional relationships, with specific time-bound activities. In order to ensure further increase in our trade turnover, we are systematically working on mutually removing barriers on our trade, including development of e-commerce. We have great opportunity to develop our joint industrial capacity and potential. We would like to identify new areas for promising cooperation in our countries. We are going to support our joint business projects in the future and create for our partners and investors all the appropriate environment and conditions. We include industrial cooperation in metallurgy, oil and gas, tech, electrical, pharmaceutical, and other many industries. Also, there are great opportunities for cooperation in agriculture, where our regions can efficiently cooperate and mutually complement each other. And this includes development of large agro-industrial clusters, warehouses, processing capacities, etc. Also, we are very much interested in broad implementation of new agro-technologies, implementation of new programs in the area of plant breeding and livestock breeding. Also, we find IT and innovation sphere as the most promising. We support expansion of presence in our country of many Russian higher educational establishments, including regional ones. We need to develop the framework and basis of textile producers with the specific future contracts. And also, our organization is accessible, our ministry is accessible. We are going to share e-commerce database and with representatives of different countries, different companies and producers and trade companies. So we are very much ready to create joint and constantly operational exhibitions for textile industry of Uzbekistan. Also, localization of home appliances, together with Korean and Chinese representatives and companies for our joint retail projects in Russia. We could also jointly develop export of pharmaceutical products by localized and joint companies operating in Uzbekistan to the third countries. We're also happy to involve Russian companies to investment projects in the area of agro-industrial industry by creating the favorable environment for their particular and specific companies. They are participants of the forum. We are the witnesses of the global changes taking place, and they clearly demonstrate such an unstable international linkages which could become very fragile today. Therefore, it's very important to increment mutually beneficial partnership. It's very important for us, therefore, to ensure your participation in such exhibitions as today's and doing your business in Uzbekistan. We believe that today's Innoprom will be very intense with direct contacts for the businesses, and B2B really shows to be a very efficient format. And the key priority of this exhibition is about the active dialogue between countries and the regions, finding the common points for peaceful development. In the conclusion of my presentation, I would like to wish all participants strong health and great success. Thank you for your attention. Thank you very much, Jamshid Abduhakimovich. Sorry, I have a question to you. Please take your seat. With another welcome address, we kindly invite Deputy Chair of the Russian Federation Cabinet, Mr. Denis Manturov, Minister of Industry of Russia. Dear Jamshid Abduhakimovich, dear colleagues, dear friends, dear guests, I'm very happy to welcome you to the regular Innoprom exhibition event. For the fourth time, we meet here in Central Asia in the hospitable Tashkent. And I would like once again to express our appreciation words to our friends from Uzbekistan for their welcoming, hospitality, and excellent organization of these events. Last year, the exhibition was visited by more than 10,000 visitors, and we believe that today's forum will attract the broadest audience of participants and foreign guests. The success of this event really shows the interest in further development, the integration processes in the Central Asian region. Our mutual trade demonstrates very steady and positive dynamic, and really Russia takes place as the key trade partner of this region, and we are the key suppliers in many basic industries, including food products, mineral and raw resources, the great range of metallurgy products, and etc. I would like to emphasize that last year and since last year, we have enjoyed a great import increase of the products to the Russian Federation from the Central Asia, and this is determined by a number of factors. This is increase of demand in our country on the background of good industrial temper, and also sanctions and seizure of many for Western companies of their operation, and also establishment of new relationships with many countries opens up great opportunities to our partners. Also, development of transport and logistic infrastructure is another contributing factor for increasing the trade and implementation of different projects in Central Asia, and also payments in national currencies. As I discussed about sanctions, it's very important to say that the economic of Russian Federation doesn't lose its competitive advantages. Last year, despite of the external pressure, the processing industry in Russia has demonstrated 7.5% of growth. And over the first months of this year, we incremented more than 6%. And when we discuss about the near future, the key growth rates in Russia is determined by the high level of orders, and very high level of PMI is about 7.5%, and we see the very high investment activity of the businesses, and it is supported by the new and conventional systemic mechanisms generated by the government and preferential tax regime. Also, it's important to ensure the broad scale of demand in the industry, which is promoted by the state itself, and all industries of economy, they are moving towards the technology technological sovereignty and independence. It shows that, as our president said in his message to the parliament, that we don't need to try to develop and produce everything. On the contrary, we need to continue building up the global value chains together with our partners. Those who don't manage their activities according to the geopolitical things, but they act according to the economic interests and well-being of their nations. Therefore, I would like to emphasize several priorities of our future cooperation. First, deeper industrial cooperation. It covers a broad spectrum of various economic sectors. Today, in the Central Asia countries, we have more than 24,000 companies with Russian capital. The total production volume and investments is more than 38 billion US dollars. The key prospects for those who are already active in the economic activity are about joint and higher level of activities in the basic industries and development of production for the most demanded assemblies and components in the machine engineering sphere, including equipment and digital equipment and automation of production industries. The second area means the high integration of high-tech small businesses. And this is possible both in Russia. We have very well-developed network of industrial parks, industrial technoparks, and also we have the appropriate government support provided. Or we could create similar industrial zones in Central Asia countries. And those could be very successful projects and technoparks in Cherchik and Jizak, which have been created together with our Uzbek partners, are the very good factors to support this idea. All in all, I would like to say that the cooperation with Uzbekistan is developing very actively. Therefore, we can mention very high export numbers for last year and trade turnover over the last year, plus 11.5%. And as we compare that to year 2019, then our trade turnover has grown twofold. As for the industrial parks and their placement, the most promising, from our point of view, are the areas located nearby the railway infrastructure. Specifically, the international transport corridor from north to south. This is the third area which has very good and promising areas for the growth of trade turnover with Asian countries. Over the last year, the frequency of container transportation in the eastern part of the Caspian region increased twofold, and these are the great transit benefits for all the neighboring countries. The last events in the Red Sea have demonstrated how important it is to diversify the international logistic routes, and our country is going to take up very important and very strong efforts in this. And the fourth very important area is about interregional cooperation among our countries. And this is logical because we pay very particular attention to this. And the cooperation between our regions become more and more intensive. And economic relations with Uzbekistan has been supported by more than 80 regions of Russian Federation, and we need to develop it further on, and specifically in the very priority economic spheres, including technological independence, energy, food security, logistics, modernization of infrastructure, digital technologies, and many, many other things. Of course, the interregional relationships cannot be limited with economics itself and trade itself. We have accumulated a great experience of cooperation in the area of water and forest industry, environment protection, biodiversity conservation, etc. We expand our contacts in the humanitarian sphere. We develop research and scientific and educational and youth exchange. Here we see our colleagues who are here today, the governors of many Russian regions. I believe they will share their vision on how to continue developing and strengthening cooperation not only between their neighboring regions but with very far located regions of our countries. And we are going to discuss these areas of cooperation very specifically during these days of Innoprom, and I wish every one of you productive work, new ideas, interesting projects, and I believe that whatever you have achieved at this platform, your agreements, your signed contracts will be very beneficial for further strengthening of cooperation between our countries and well-being of our nations. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Denis Valentinovich. Our nations can greet each other in a beautiful manner, and we have seen that yesterday and on a meeting that was prepared by Republic of Bashkortostan, and we will see it on many conferences, events, and I'm sure that not only in Innoprom but in hotels and restaurants we will have discussions, negotiations between Russian partners and partners from Uzbekistan. But today in our session we asked all of our participants make their presentations in a business format and speak about successful cooperation and what projects and technologies you're going to suggest and offer to your partners. And I think that this is a great opportunity because we have business elite from all the countries of this region, and there is a possibility for hakims and governors to present their best business ideas directly to those who are needed in them. First of all, I would like to give the floor to Mayor of Sverdlovsk, Evgeny Kuyvyshev. He is, you know that Sverdlovsk, Ekaterinburg is the homeland of Innoprom, and 15 years ago that project was created there, and from Sverdlovsk region we have a very huge delegation, about 50 companies came here. So now I'd like to give the floor to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Anton. Dear Jamshid Abduhakimovich, Denis Valentinovich, colleagues, it's a great honor for me to be here with you, and of course we have a lot of ties, and even 15 years ago when the project was created, it was difficult to imagine that our exhibition would be so successful, and we presented success in our industry, and now it is international project, and thanks to you, thanks to all of you. And Anton knows that Innoprom achieved high results, but without international presentations, without exhibition, we cannot succeed. And we have now discussions, we have opportunity to invite a lot of partners. And without Denis Valentinovich, even today we had some delay, but you know, it's a very good opportunity for all of us to interact, to cooperate, and we are closely cooperating with Central Asian countries, and Uzbekistan is in top 5 among our partners, and we are developing cooperation in mining industry, automotive, chemical, textile industries. And what is important, our colleagues from neighboring countries, partner countries from Central Asia, they hear our message, as they understand needs of our region to have cooperation. And I'm thankful for that to all of you, and I'm happy to see a lot of you here. It's not just a forum of leadership. I see Transmash Holding representatives, our mining enterprises, and I understand that this is not easy. We will listen to everyone's presentations, and we will continue to have serious cooperation. We have serious offers, and delegation from our region is 157 people. We present more than 50 companies today. And when we speak about Uzbekistan, we have very close cooperation with Namangan, Fergana regions, and I'm really grateful to Hakim of Fergana Valley, Khairullo Nazarov. He's done a lot. He's doing a lot for developing of small and medium businesses in our region and in Uzbekistan. And I'm grateful to all of my colleagues. They make this visit really wonderful, and there is always understanding, and we always find everything we need here. And when we speak about the industry of our region, we have about 14,000 factories and operating factories, and the trade turnover with Uzbekistan for over 3 years increased almost in 2.5%, and this is 2.5 times, and this is a serious moment, and I'm sure that all these presentations that we'll have today, we will definitely implement. So I thank you very much for this visit, and I'm sure that this event will give impetus to our mutual economic interaction. Thank you very much. Thank you, Evgeny Vladimirovich. Our next speaker, now I'd like to give the floor to Hakim of Tashkent city, and everyone knows that this is a center of metallurgy and automotive industry, and we have Cherchik, and this is a polygon of cooperation between our countries. So now I'd like to give the floor to Mirzaev Zair Tahirovich. Thank you very much.
Good morning, dear Denis Valentinovich, Jamshid Abduhakimovich. Indeed, in a week, Central Asia 2024 is a forum for exchange of opinions. It's an honor for me to speak. And Russian Federation for Uzbekistan is the most strategic partner, and during the last 5 years in economic and trade cooperation, we achieved good results, and by the results of last year, I can say that the trade turnover for our region was $640 million US. And during the first quarter of the current year, this indicator was equal to $278 million. And speaking about the figures, export of Russian Federation was equal to 135 million, which is 110% growth compared to the last period. We know that during the last 5 years, during 2 visits of His Excellency President Mirziyoyev to Russian Federation, as well as official visit to the city of Kazan, started a new stage in our mutual cooperation. Speaking with statistical figures, by the situation of November 1st, 2023, together with Tashkent region business partners, we had 136 enterprises, and this makes 58% increase. And during the last years, the enterprises with Russian capital in Tashkent region was equal to 600 million USD. For example, Galactic Transport Service Company made investment to Tashkent region enterprise in the amount of 50 million USD, and also created almost 1,000 jobs. I would like to thank our partners for this. Now we are starting the second stage, and this year it is planned to create 200 more jobs. Besides, in Tashkent, we have Penaplex company, which is producing isolation materials together with Boomfa Group, and the investment of these companies was equal to 10 million USD, and creation of 200 jobs was achieved. And I would like to specifically emphasize we have specific good neighborly and friendly relations with Tatarstan Republic, started with leaders of our country, and this is showing its first results. As it was mentioned, Himgrad, this is a project with no alternative, and in that techno park during the short period 14 projects are being launched. Today we have 9 projects equal to $98 million, and also more projects are coming in the future. We will see the results of these projects. Besides, we have metal commodities produced under the brand Kukmara. This is being implemented, and this is also under the investment of 5 million. Also, our entrepreneurs are also launching investment project together with Russian partners, and we are grateful for the conditions created by governors of Russian Federation. Also in Penza, Orenburg, Ulyanovsk regions of Russia, we have also specific cooperation arrangements. Today, Innoprom in a week, Central Asia 2024 is hosting almost 30 of our enterprises which present almost 80 of their commodities, and I think this forum will create for our businessmen and the Russian businessmen new avenues of cooperation. And in the conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to the organizers of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zair Tairovich. Thank you. You have actually shifted over the stake of the race, and we invite the governor of Tatarstan, Mr. Rustem Nurgalievich. Thank you very much. We are very pleased to see you both in Yekaterinburg and on other Innoprom platforms. You are very often visiting Tashkent, and we believe that you have brought with you not only the presents and gifts for your friends and guests and partners in Uzbekistan, but also you've brought new business ideas. And which one of those, please? Rustam Nurgalievich, governor of Turkmenistan. Good afternoon, dear friends. Dear Jamshid Abduhakimovich, dear Denis Valentinovich, we express our deepest appreciation for the opportunity to make presentation and opening address at this plenary session. We really appreciate expansion of cooperation with Uzbekistan in the framework of friendly relationships between our countries, and the particular merit in it belongs to Mr. Putin and Mr. Mirziyoyev, the presidents of our countries. So we are actively working with our partners in Uzbekistan in the sphere of economics and investments, and also in cultural, sports, and tourism areas. And also we continue developing our joint activities. Last year in October, there was the Interregional Cooperation Forum organized in Kazan, and we are very appreciative to you, Mr. Manturov, and to many other of our colleagues. And I would like to sincerely appreciate the efforts of the President of Uzbekistan, who visited our country both last year and this year. Besides that, we receive many visitors from the mayor office and offices and business delegations from Uzbekistan. And lately, we've been very active with our Uzbek colleagues, and we appreciate Uzbekistan for hospitality this year. Our trade turnover has increased 27%, $370 million is the great amount, and they believe this will be growing up in the future. And thanks to our consular effort and our representative office here in Tashkent and there in Kazan, our work is built up on the systematic basis, and also we have direct air flights, and 3 cities from Uzbekistan are connected with the direct flights from Uzbekistan to Kazan. We've been working with many regions in Uzbekistan. I'm very happy to welcome our guests and friends, and then we have full understanding and great plans for the future. We've enjoyed our companies and involved them into this cooperation, both small and medium businesses, and we see that there are all conditions created for doing business. New gas filling stations, new suppliers of our automobiles and electric appliances, etc. We see here in Uzbekistan the great demand and market available for opening new production facilities. For instance, as my colleague mentioned, Chemical Technopark Chirchik is a joint project which has been jointly implemented with our Uzbek partners. Also, a branch of Kazan Economic University was opened last year in Jizak. Also, together, we opened another technological park and simulation medical center and the branches of the Kazan Federal University, and we continue this work in Bukhara region as well. We have plans to expand our activities in Navoy region, and new sites will be created and opened soon. And I believe that we are going to be successful in every field. So we are very much interested in expanding our partnership relationships in machine engineering, air sector, oil and petrochemistry, agriculture, medicine and pharmaceutical industry, implementation of new technologies, and our joint work will be continued in the area of technoparks and free economic zones. And we do believe that there are good prospects for this. And the most important is to ensure promotion of our products, compressors, refrigerators, automobiles and car tires, and food products, and many other halal products. And we believe that we welcome our imports from Uzbekistan to Tatarstan. Last year in May, we organized a forum, Russia Islamic World, and now it's got the federal status, and there were very big delegation participated in this forum headed by the Deputy Prime Minister, Mr. Khajayev. And this year, this activity is going to be repeated, and we believe that we'll be working very actively and expand our contacts thanks to this forum. Last year, as you all may know, we had the international sports games. We called them the Games of the Future, and the head of our country, Mr. Putin, opened those games, and many heads of different states participated. And we also appreciate the support of our Mr. Mirziyoyev, the president of Uzbekistan, who also personally visited these games, and that was a very significant and symbolic event for our country. We anticipate another event to be organized when countries will meet another time on the platform of BRICS forum, and this will be organized this autumn in Kazan, and another sport games are going to be organized. And we welcome our colleagues from Uzbekistan and invite them to participate actively in these activities. And Innoprom is taking up its activity, it's rolling out, and we have our delegation represented by 140 people. We kindly invite you to visit our stand. We have very good position in the exhibition. Thank you very much for that. And then once again, we would like to assure you that we take all possible commitments to ensure all projects to be implemented successfully in Uzbekistan. Mr. Rustem Nurgalievich, thank you very much. Our next speaker, the governor of Perm region, Mr. Mahonin. He and his colleagues brought to Tashkent several projects with Uztransgaz and other leading companies in oil and gas sector of Uzbekistan. Thank you very much, dear Jamshid Abdukhalminovich, dear Mr. Manturov, thank you for the opportunity to be present here. Thank you very much for ensuring further development of industrial cooperation. I would like to say that Innoprom is not just a simple exhibition. This is the very good chance to ensure our cooperation in the humanitarian sphere, and the delegation of Perm region present here already for several days in Tashkent. Just recently we visited Bukhara region, and we've been very intensively engaged in our cooperation in the sphere of education. We visited many education facilities in Bukhara, and we support our companies as well, like Lukoil company in the sphere of staff training and education. We have agreed to open up language centers at their pedagogical institutes, and also we decided to pursue to student exchange. Also, several projects will be developed in pharmaceutical sphere, in oil and gas, and industrial spheres. As for the industrial cooperation, then our region is present not only here in this Innoprom. We constantly participate in many forums devoted to the oil and gas sector development. And year before the last one, we presented our businesses, and now they are taking their speedy development here in Uzbekistan. As for our cooperation areas, this mostly about machine engineering, supply of gas booster stations, and also delivery of well pumps, also other technological equipment for oil and gas, and also personal protection equipment, and other areas related to textile industry. The Perm region tries to localize in Uzbekistan their production facilities, and then we believe that this is very important for mutually beneficial cooperation. It's worth to mention that high technology and companies like MT company, which is supported by Gazprom company, and they implemented robots for diagnostics for high diameter gas transmitting stations, and the company opens up its representative office very soon in Uzbekistan. I believe this cooperation is going to be very productive, and these robots will define the leakages in the gas supply pipes, and then the gas transportation and pipeline will be the more efficient process. I would like to say that Innoprom is another opportunity for us to visit large industrial enterprises, and the delegation of Perm region will continue visiting large metallurgical companies and cement companies, and we believe that our business from Perm region in Uzbekistan could be in the form of joint holdings. It's oil and gas, cement, metallurgical industry, and we believe that we have many areas to develop our cooperation in the future. And taking this opportunity, I would like to thank our partners from Uzbekistan for our joint work. Thank you once again. We thank the organizers of Innoprom as well. Thank you. We have also Mr. Ergash Saliyev, the governor of Jizak region, the most rapidly developing technological regions in Uzbekistan. Recently, Russian Himgrad opened the second industrial park. And Mr. Ergash Elbekovich, the floor is yours.
Выставки, уважаемый Джамшид Абдухакимович, уважаемый Денис Валентинович, благодаря постоянному вниманию наших многоуважаемых глав государств, президента Республики Узбекистан Шавката Миромоновича Мирзиёева, а также президента Российской Федерации Владимира Владимировича Путина, сотрудничество между нашими странами находится в самом высоком уровне. Поддерживается интенсивность контактов на всех уровнях, осуществляется качество нового этапа взаимовыгодного партнерства на основе принципов дружбы и взаимных интересов. За последние несколько лет Джизакская область достигла, как сейчас модератор отдельно отметил, значительных результатов во всех отраслях. Основными драйверами экономического развития региона являются строительная, автомобильная, текстильная, пищевая, фармацевтическая, химическая, металлургическая промышленность. Джизакский регион.
And Jizak is open for many projects and ideas and for investment. And we can see it in the dynamics of investment and foreign capital. And for example, in 2021, in Jizak region, it was registered only 150 foreign enterprises, and only $360 million were invested. But in 2023, this figure increased, and we are counting joint enterprises as well. So it was achieved it raised to 200 enterprises, and foreign investment capital amounted for $700 million. And in the current year, we are aiming at $1.5 billion dollars of direct investments. And now I'd like also to speak. In 2022, industrial production amounted for 13 trillion sums, and by the end of 2023, we achieved 19 trillion sums. So there was increase in 1.7 times, and the geography of our export is also expanding. Russian Federation is one of the main economic partners of Jizak region, and we are closely collaborating with authorities of Republic of Tatarstan, Bashkortostan, Republic of Udmurtia, Rostov, Omsk, Chelyabinsk, and other regions of Russian Federation. And Rais Tatarstan gave us direct support, and it made it possible to have cooperation with Technopark. And since we have a lot of entrepreneurs here in this audience, I would like also to tell about this, and you can start your business there. The prices are very good for production areas. We have $1.5 for 1 square meter and $1 for warehouse. And I'm glad to also speak that we have very long-term character of collaboration, and I see that here we have Lisovsky Sergei, and with his company we opened multifunctional agricultural complex, which was created also with the support of Russian entrepreneurs. And we have a lot of potential sectors for cooperation, and I would like to briefly speak about them. So first of all, we have a capacity to increase volume of bilateral trade and production of manufactured products, in particular basalt, textile, automotive industries are of high demand in Russian market. And in Jizak region, we are planning to create automotive cluster for more than $500 million, and develop metallurgy for more than $1 billion, construction materials $1.3 billion, food industry $320 million, leather industry $50 million, pharmaceutical industry $80 million. And now I would like to invite all our partners to have active collaboration with us, and we have several free economic zones in Jizak, in Zamin Farm, and Technopark. But we also have Galia Rally with the area of 800 square meters, and we opened new industrial park, and it is under construction right now. And I have heard yesterday that we will have 5 more new projects in Galia Rally Park. And by the initiative of our president, we are making integration and digitalization of the products. And we know that the role of IT parks in modern infrastructure is very important in order to develop digital economics and in order to have positive results in the sphere of informational technologies in Jizak region. And in order to promote these services and in order to stimulate these incentives, we opened IT Park in Jizak, and we are going to work on not only in the regional but on the international level as well. And in order to create a single IT cluster to prepare highly qualified employees in IT sector, we have opened Indian branch of international cluster, which is a leader in training of IT specialist experts. We have 2 IT academies and cyber sport. We also have in Technopark, where there are more than 60% of companies working in the creation of artificial intelligence. We are very happy to have cooperation with our Russian partners. Also, in Jizak, we have a very good potential to increase our tourism, and we have INSR system of our lakes, and which is called Uzbek Switzerland. It is good evidence to have tourism potential in our region. We are sure that we have a new bridge over the canyon, and we have a local airport. We have established a new airport in Zamin, and this will also bring to development of tourism sector in our region. You know, in 2013 we had only 13 foreign tourists, but by the end of 2023, more than 140,000 of tourists visited our country. Dear participants, dear colleagues, we believe that Innoprom is an international exhibition in Central Asia, would be an effective platform to present new development ideas, know-hows, and creating profitable contracts, signing agreements. We also have our own pavilion, and to all the guests, I would like to visit our guests to our pavilion. Thank you very much. Thank you, Irgash Alibekovich. Thank you for your presentation. Today with us we have Andrei Sergeyevich Nikifin, the governor of Novgorod region, and he would like to present a lot of initiatives and in order to solve to provide solution for trainings. So now I'd like to give the floor to you. Good day, dear colleagues, dear participants. Novgorod region is a small region which is located on northern west part of Russia, and our historical feature is that it's one of the most ancient city. We have a unique tourism potential, but tourism potential it was given to us by our ancestors, and now it's important for us to continue to develop our region. And our region is focusing on education. Over the past several years, we invested more than $100 million, and today we invested more than $200 million. And Novgorod University is in the top 5 of the most developing universities in Russia. We demonstrate 2 times growth, and we have our students of highly potential. They come to Great Novgorod from all over the Russia. And what we do within the framework of this university platform, according to the decree of our president, we have created an innovational platform, Altai. This is a launching pad that makes it possible to large companies to create their laboratories and within the university. And for today, we have such companies like Roscosmos, Roselectronics, Rosgeology. We have them in our region, and our students are able to start working as interns on specific tasks and have their own salaries. And our university is providing not only theoretical knowledge but practical knowledge. And I'm thankful to Denis Valentinovich for your decision to create in Novgorod region designer electronics department. And this makes it possible to us to have such to find such beautiful solutions in our region. And what we can offer here, of course, we can, due to our potential, create a new radio equipment. And also we have advanced project, engineering project, and we have implemented there several projects on with chemical enterprises. And in our territory, we have a large factory for mineral mining, and our colleagues have switched the system that was provided by BP company. So now we can project under the within the framework of our scientific potential, new scientific solutions to have new solutions to manage our work on a serious level. And besides that, we are investing a lot in development of our education, and as a result of this, our region is in top 5 of regions with the highest integration of colleges and universities in this industry. And thanks to this, our special economic zones is developing very actively. We have a lot of flow of companies with a highly intellectual capacity, and we can provide them new employees. And one of the companies which is here with us, and this is a new direction in our region. This is a company, this is working with exoskeletons and verticalizators for people with disabilities. So we have a new sector which is developing products for people with disabilities. And one of such companies is here with us today, and we started to work with Uzbek partners, and we have some of the products that is being manufactured on the territory of Uzbekistan. So now we have a very small region, but we can be a very good partner for those who see their future in complex and intellectual products, radio electronics, and we are ready to cooperate with our Uzbek partners and create new joint projects. And also very important projects that I'm going to speak about, and I hope that it will be implemented. We have partners from Uzbekistan who offered us to open branch of our construction college because it's probably one of the best college in the territory of Uzbekistan. And we have interstate agreement, and there we included agreement on about our schools and universities. But now we have a need to also add our colleges, and we are ready to be pilot in this region. So thank you very much, dear colleagues, for your for hosting us, and I would like to thank all the organizers of Innoprom in Uzbekistan. And I hear a lot of positive feedback from Novgorod companies, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Andrei Sergeyevich. Next speaker, Mr. Farkhod Ermanov, the chairman of the Cabinet of Ministers, Republic of Karakalpakstan. We know that your region builds up good relationships with the companies from Tatarstan, and I hope that during Innoprom you'll find out many new partners from Russian regions. Thank you very much.
Good morning, dear participants of this event. Jamshid Abduhakimovich, Denis Valentinovich.
Мероприятий. Пользуясь случаем, разрешите прежде всего выразить благодарность организаторам, а также участникам международной промышленной и
So we would like to express our deep appreciation to all the participants of Innoprom in Central Asia. We are working here in very warm and constructive atmosphere, and this activity, this event is considered by us as another very good example of developing cooperation between two countries, the Republic of Uzbekistan and Russian Federation. Good words and high appreciation towards our cooperation level are fully relating to the high level of trust, friendship, and mutual understanding which we have established over the last years in our bilateral relations thanks to the efforts of the heads of our states. And trade and economic, humanitarian, and other relations are being developing not at the country level only, but it's important to notice at the regional level and interregional. And therefore, in order to expand our interregional relations and for developing new system-wide projects in the industrial cooperation and for making trade agreements, we annually organize mutual visits of our delegations headed by the ministers and heads of departments, and also the administrations of the cities and districts visit each other on the regular basis. Likewise, in October last year, our delegation from Karakalpakstan participated at the second international forum between Russian Federation and the Republic of Uzbekistan in the city of Kazan. Also, last year in November, Karakalpakstan was visited by the delegation of Tatarstan delegation headed by Mr. Rustam Nurgaliyevich. Thank you, dear participants of these exhibitions, for your participation, and we can state that the unprecedented reforms are going on in Uzbekistan for developing the favorable economic environment and increase of investment attractiveness, and other promoting activities to develop small and medium businesses. According to the reforms undertaken under the leadership of the President of Uzbekistan, His Excellency Mr. Mirziyoyev, we observe the expedited development in all spheres of public economy in Karakalpakstan. Let me brief you about our Republic of Karakalpakstan and the advantages to invest in our region. The Republic of Karakalpakstan is located in the northern part of Uzbekistan. The total area is 166,000 square kilometers, which takes around 39% of the total country territory. The total population is more than 2 million people. As for the economic indicators, I may say that over the last 2023, the total turnover of the gross domestic product was 2.7 billion US dollars, and including in services 39.3%, agriculture fishery 30.4%, industry 22.2%, and construction industry takes around 8.1% in our gross domestic product. Also, according to the last year results, the external foreign trade over from Karakalpakstan amounted to 531 billion US dollars. As of today, we export products, industrial products, and agricultural products to more than 50 countries. And at this, the key share is taken by China, Turkey, Russian Federation, Kazakhstan, Latvia, and Korea. And the range of export includes polyethylene, polypropylene, cotton yarn, and textile fabrics. Also different kinds of agricultural products and other products. According to the result of 2023, our total turnover was 23 billion US dollars. Our country, our region has the great reserves of gas, cuprum, rare metals, stones, salts and other mineral resources. Over the last year, we undertake very important activity to increase our production volume in our consumer goods, production and processing of agricultural products, production of pharmaceutical products and other kinds of products as well. Considering our capacity, Karakalpakstan is very much interested in implementation of investment projects on modernization of our industries with high value added and R&D technologies. We are ready to technical revamping and export-oriented and import-substituting industries. Also, we are ready to work in transport, communication, infrastructure, tourism, and construction services. Besides that, His Excellency Mr. Mirziyoyev, the President of Uzbekistan, adopted several decrees and resolutions which provide privileges and benefits for developing industries in Karakalpakstan which are not applicable to other regions of Uzbekistan. I may mention some of them. So the land plots are provided with the right for direct long-term lease with their commitment to invest in Nukus in the amount of $1 million and in other regions $300,000. So the profit tax and turnover tax, property tax and land tax for legal entities is reduced 50%. The social tax, individual tax, is also decreased and amounts to 1%. 70% of transportation costs are covered during export, and also export of those products which are produced in Karakalpakstan, also during transportation within the country for the raw materials for production and export of the products. And the VAT tax for export operations is reimbursed from the state budget. Also, we have the procedure for land privatization, buildings, and construction for our industries who perform their commitments for social development and youth development. Also, the participants of the free economic zones in Nurkus and Urgut, depending on the volume of their investments, receive preferential subsidies. They are exempt from land tax, property tax, use of water, and also they provide other benefits for customs clearance and customs fee payments. And generally, these indicators are very favorable, and I believe that our guests taking this opportunity would learn more about our region and will invest in our industries, and we really welcome all of our guests. We welcome you to Uzbekistan, and we believe that will strengthen our relationships and continue with Bashkortostan, with Tatarstan, with other regions of Russia. And we welcome you warmly to visit our region, and we'll be waiting for your visits. Thank you very much, Mr. Farhod Ermanov. This is our first Innoprom plenary session, all 3 days in 3 rooms, Tashkent, Samarkand, Bukhara. We are going to hold our conferences, and among the key topics, infrastructure and logistics are the green transportation, green energy, new materials, digitalization, technological standards, pharmaceutical industry, and medical equipment, and our educational day and promotional day in Innoprom, when we welcome students of Uzbekistan. We are going to be very intensive, and we've been within the time schedule. But again, taking this opportunity, I would like to thank the organizers, the leadership of the Ministry of Industry and Trade of Uzbekistan, the team of the Ministry of Industry of Russian Federation. We have 3 days ahead, and we'll turn Innoprom 2024 to be the most successful for all participants. I thank you for your attention, and I visit the heads of delegation to join the VIP tour in the exhibition. Thank you for your attention.